Hey, good afternoon, Michigan Fire Service. Kevin Selmeyer, State Fire Marshal here. I want to take a little bit of time as we move into 2019 to talk about a few things that we have upcoming. And probably the biggest thing that's out there right now for 2019 to kick the year off is going to be the grants that are going to be given out by the Michigan Firefighter Training Council. On December 3rd of 2018, a memo was put out, and that memo is accessible by going to the fire training landing page. And scrolling about halfway down the page, there's a MFFTC folder that has all the memos from 2017 and 18 in there, so you can go back and look. I want to clarify a few things, and a few of them are rumors that we're hearing. It is not true that it is the order in which the application is received and how the awards will be given out. The process or the period that's open to submit a grant is between January 1st and January 31st. All applications must be in using the 2019 grant form, and they must be to the Bureau of Fire Services, to the Lara mailbox for grants at 5 p.m. on the 31st of January. So, big thing that I want to clarify, it is not true that grants will be given out in the order they were received. All the grants that meet the requirements as far as the grant application being filled out on the correct form with the correct information, meeting the deadline of January 31st, 2019 at 5 p.m. and departments that have reported for all of calendar year 2018. We're talking about fire reporting. Fire reports will be a criteria that will be used in the awarding of grants, or if you want to say disallowing applications. And that would be a fire department that has not completed MFERS January 1st, 2018 through December 31st, 2018. And we will actually, on February 1st, we will print off a list to look at fire reporting. And this will be done by Ronna Howard, who takes care of our fire reports. So I've heard this rumor too, is that it's December 31st. The reality is, to get the month of December, we give you until January 15th. That's the deadline. Hence, we've made a decision internally that on February 1st, 2019, that is when we will use it as the criteria to cut off who did their fire reports for 12 consecutive. You'll also see in the video here, you'll see the form. And one of the things that I want to make sure that you understand is that the document that we've put together, it says 2019 Michigan Firefighter Training Equipment Props Grant Application. That is the only form that grants will be allowed to be submitted. So if you're watching this video and you've submitted your grant and it's not on that form, you have until January 31st, 2019 at 5 p.m. to submit it on the correct form. Grants that are submitted that aren't on the right form will not be considered moving forward. The other thing that we have is a change to the Q course application. One of the things in the Q course application that we're looking at is working with council. We've pared down some of the information that's on it. Remember, a Q course application is not for funding. A Q course application is to actually get a course approved. So if you're putting courses in this grant, this has to be turned in by the 29th of January. So the Q course apps are always due 2 weeks before the training council meeting. So 2 Tuesdays before. And the reason that we're bringing this to your attention is these Q course applications, you may want to fund some training in your app, and if your app was approved, the Q course also has to be approved. Just because your Q course gets approved at the training council meeting does not mean that you will necessarily get the grant. So 2 pieces of paper coming in. If it's not an approved Q course or curriculum by the Michigan Firefighter Training Council, then you have to fill out a Q course application, and that needs to come in with the grant. All Q course applications will be considered separately at the training council meeting. Another point of clarification, $10,000 for individual fire departments, $25,000 for regional grants. That's the max. Can it be any dollar amount from 1 to the set limit? Absolutely. And in fact, that might be your best chance of getting a grant. Remember, the Training Council will give first priority to regional grants. If there's still money available after all the regional grants have been given out, then individual fire department grants will be considered. So one of the questions that's being asked is, what if, can we just say we want 25,000 and we want to do a whole bunch of stuff? You have to be specific in the grant of what it's for. Also, the council awards the amount for each one of the grants. A few things that you want to consider to make sure that your grant has the ability to be seen by the Firefighter Training Council. First, it needs to be submitted on the 2019 grant application. If it's submitted on any other form, paper, other means to send it to us electronically, it will not be accepted and your grant will be denied. Secondly, all the fire departments that are listed on any grants must have completed their MFFTC reports between January 1st, 2018 and December 31st, 2018. We use February 1st, 2019 as the day that we will run the report in MFFTC to determine who was compliant. So there's plenty of time for departments. Get your apps in starting January 1st through January 31st, 2019 at 5 p.m. You have up until February 1st is the day we will run the report to make sure that your MFFTC reports are compliant. On January 20th, like any other month on the 20th, Rhonda will run the MFFTC report, and you can take a look and see what those 12 consecutive months and whether or not you have your reporting done. If it's not correct, there's a time period. There again, I'll say it again. On February 1st, we will run the report to see who was MFFTC compliant. No grants will be advanced in the process for any departments on the application who do not meet the MFFTC requirement. Hey everybody, I'm looking forward to 2019. I just want to make sure that you fully understand that this grant process is running for a 31-day process in the month of January. All applications need to be in by January 31st at 5 p.m. They have to be on the 2019 grant application to be considered, and all the information on the application must be followed, including the signatures for your application to be considered. I'd like to thank you for everything that you're doing out there in your communities. We look forward at the Bureau of Fire Services of taking care of you into 2019. We got a lot of exciting stuff coming later in the year. And October 1st of 2019, fiscal year 20 will kick off. The new fire officer series and all the classifications and certification processes will kick into play then. So it's an exciting time here at the Bureau of Fire Services. It's an exciting time in the Michigan Fire Service. We look forward to taking care of you in the future. Hey everybody, be safe. Have a great day.